And I'm just like, where all these cats come from? Like,
what you doing to get? I said, what you doing to get those right there? And he just started laughing. The Players Club is presented by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Washington Commanders. Welcome to the Players Club. I'm London Fletcher, joined by Santana Moss as always, and we got a special guest, Antonio Gibson.
yes, sir.
Good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing great. AG, we appreciate you joining the Players Club. AG, with all our guests, we like to start the show off with asking them who are their top 3 players of all time at their position group. And we know you play receiver. We know you play running back. So you can go receiver, running back, all those things. So who are your top 3 running backs of all time or wide receivers of all time? This healthy conversation is presented by Cigna Healthcare.
all time, I'm going to go Julio Jones, Jerry Rice, and Megatron.
Ooh, Jerry second.
I heard.
It don't make no, like, you ain't got to put in no order. So this is your favorite anyway. So
These are my favorite. These are my favorite.
Okay.
These are my favorite.
Tanner, what'd you think about those guys?
I like them all. We all gonna have our
Right.
favorites. If I had to be asked the same thing, Jerry gonna be number 1 just because I was able to grow up and watch Jerry. And then I got Randy Moss, and then I got T.O.
So, AG, when you were playing receiver, like who was the guy like, okay, skill set wise, this guy, I kind of was it like an Anquan Bolden. And the reason why I say Anquan Bolden, you and him similar in size.
Yeah.
Powerful guys. Once you get the ball in your hands, was it somebody you was watching like, man, that's somebody I like to, model my game after?
I always said Julio because of just his speed. I just didn't have that height like him. But like speeds and like and physicality, like that's who I always looked at. And then it was a hometown guy. So he played for the Falcons, so I was always watching him. But honestly, 2 guys I currently play with around the same age, and I don't got no problem saying this. AJ Brown and DK. When I was in JUCO, they were doing that thing at Ole Miss. Those like if you went to Mississippi, like they were like major around that area. So just seeing them and how they played and seeing how everybody talked about them, like it's kind of how I play. Like, but the physicality at the receiver position, I just feel like it's undefeated. Like to have that size and be able to catch and run. That was somebody I looked up to.
Was that something? I was always curious of this, and I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we had you on the show before. I'm not sure if I asked you this question. When it was time for you to get, I guess you can say get drafted, and you kind of knew it was coming sooner or later, was it a position that you had in your head or in your mind that you was going to do more of on this level, or was you just like, hey, I can do it all, whatever they want me at, I'm going to take on to that? Because I look at a lot of your film when you was coming out, I'm like, he's just a guy that's special with the ball in his hand,
Yeah, I wasn't too big on doing one certain. I kind of had my mind open because I went in a situation to kind of be picky on what position I wanted to play. I think it's a blessing that I went where I went, especially with at 33 carries. Like that's unhurt. You know what I'm saying?
Did one stand out more to you than any, so did you have one that was like your favorite? Receiver.
That's just something I did for so long.
Yeah.
But I kind of got the drift when I went to the Senior Bowl, playing running back, and they kind of wanted to see me there. And then coaches kept calling, doing the interviews, talking about running back. I kind of get where we was going with that, and I just had an open mindset. And I was like, I see. Then I started seeing how the league was when you had AK catching out of the backfield, Christian McCaffrey. So I'm like, I could do some of the same things as well.
Yeah. So growing up in Georgia. When did you first start playing football, and did you always play receiver? Was there other positions you played growing up? Did you play any defense? Time for the player profile presented by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Washington Commanders.
I think I started around like 3-4 years old, and we just had this conversation yesterday about playing. Chris Rodriguez agreed with me because he's from around the same area. Like we was in helmets, like helmet too big to put on, knee pads touching my ankles. Like
you in shoulder pads at 3-4 years old, man.
So I remember that, and I always played like all around, receiver, running back. Never played quarterback. Well, when I was like younger, I played defense side of the ball too. And then when I remember going to high school, I played almost everything from linebacker, safety, corner. quarterback, receiver, running back, kickoff return,
like
punt
a one-man
return.
gang, huh?
Yeah, I was about to say our school wasn't too big to where we had everybody was mostly everybody was playing more than one position. So you had to do more than one spot.
Speaking of Georgia sports and like football, I remember when I was in Florida, little jitterbug, and hearing about the Florida-Georgia game, and that's a game that we all kind of wanted to be a part of. I wasn't fortunate enough to play in it, but I had a guy that was in my class. Me and him ended up being roommates at the University of Miami. We went to high school. We played Little League together, high school, and then ended up playing college. Delvin Brown, he's a safety. I remember him coming back from that game, and he was like, man, this guy was going to be good, this guy. And he was talking about, what's the running back name that played for the Ravens?
Jamal Lewis.
Jamal Lewis. Mm-hmm. Who were some of the guys when you was coming up that made it to the league, that you can like talk about that played well in high school?
It's not a lot of guys, and I don't want to speak on too many people's names about not making it, but like our county was small. Like you just started hearing about people like making it around where I'm from, and it's getting more and more now. Like you got a whole bunch of young guys coming along, balling out in college right now as I speak. But I want to say we had this group of like 5 when I was a freshman. Corey, Bradley, Tyler, Simeon, and Warren. They called themselves like the Fab Five. Those are like some guys I looked up heavy like as a youngin. And like they was just like running. You had running back, a tight end receiver, another receiver, and a tight end. Like, and they used to ball like just putting in the work together, like going out to practice and just balling out. So those are some guys I looked up to. And if you'd asked me when I was young, I'm like, all those guys should have made it.
Right. Yeah.
So, but they all went and did their own thing. Did what they could. How some situations just don't work out. But, those are some guys I looked up to in high school for sure.
Gotcha.
What was it like for you, balling out in high school? What was the recruiting process like for you? I know you end up, and how did you end up at the community college, East Central Community College in Mississippi?
I want to say I didn't start getting looks until like after because junior year I was supposed to start. I broke my ankle like 2 days before our first game, and I ended up sitting out the whole season. Or sophomore year I did that, and I was supposed to start sophomore. And so I had that whole year off, and then after junior season I balled out, and then that summer I went to like 3 camps and got MVP for a receiver, and then I started getting like little small stuff, and then throughout that next season I started getting recruits. So I had people come in like left and right, but my grades was just not it. So they were coming in all saying the same thing, and like it was probably one of the worst feelings if you ask me. Like for them to come in like, oh, we love your film, like you could do this, this. And as a kid, I'm like, man, like this is what I want to do. I've been dreaming about this. And then at the end of every conversation, but we can't do this because of your grades. And at the time, I think I had my grades right, but because of my freshman and sophomore year, it was just I was down bad. So I knew like around Georgia, you hear nothing about JUCO. And then my receiver coach, Coach Daniels, he put it on my mind. He was like, you got the JUCO route. I'm like, what's that? Like, I ain't trying to do that. And then he was like, it's your only option. We ended up calling East Central. I think it was like a couple NC something, and then East Central. We ended up going out there, visited. And then I was just like, why not? It was my only opportunity. The first school I went to. That's where I ended up signing to, and I made the best out of it.
That's interesting because I remember the process of having that potential, I guess, landing spot for myself coming up. I remember I had no offers. I'm sitting there like, man, my senior year, I'm going into my senior year. Shit, Mama, I don't know how I'm going to get to college, but I know I said that you ain't going to have to worry about getting me there. But it seemed like I ain't going then, How humbling that was, that's one question I want to ask you. And what was it like being in JUCO? I hear all the horror stories. Fred Smoot went. He tell me how great it was for him. Fred be blowing smoke.
Fred be lying a lot.
But one, I want to ask you, how humbling was it? And then 2, what was the process like of trying to do my best to get up out of here in a year or 2?
Super humbling. Just being like that star athlete around your county, like everybody know you, and everybody got these expectations of like, all the older cats like, oh, he going here, man, he gonna be special. And like it just hurt. Like it felt like I was letting like so many people down, like including myself. And like you said, my mom, like she was the biggest part. My mom and my sister, like they did so much for me, and for me not to be able to, go and do what they've been sacrificing for me to do like that.
Right.
That felt like a letdown. But when I got there, like I said, like it was a humbling experience. Like I knew what I had to do. Like you said, 1 or 2 years. I knew I had to do 2 years. My grades was bad, so I had to do 2 years there. And, I don't know. I might agree with Fred. Like it's bad and it's real bad, but like
you enjoy
at the same time, like I enjoyed like leaving college, like going to Memphis. I enjoyed it there too, but like. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like being here, like it's not the same. Like, people come to work, you chop it up with your guys, you have a good time. Don't get me wrong, but like it's not the same when like you locked in that dorm room and all y'all down bad. Like I feel like that's where you get some of the best moments. But it was hard, and I just had this conversation downstairs today with Doug and Coach King. Like I remember that was like the first time I ever thought about quitting football because it's just like the situation I was in. Practice was killer. Like. I remember I'm like, Coach, I got to go to the bathroom. Go in the bathroom, I look in the mirror, I'm like, is this really what you want to do? Like, do you really want to play football? Like, I asked myself that. I just shook my head and ran back out there and like.
It was that tough. Let me ask you this. Now, having gone through that experience, do you ever get a chance to talk to younger kids and share your story with them so they don't kind of repeat the same mistake?
Any chance I get, and I tell them like I know y'all hear this on repeat because I heard it on repeat, but I didn't change anything. So I'm just like, take that junk serious. Like if y'all take care of what y'all need to take care of now, later on in life it's gonna be worth it. Like playing catch up is just not it. Like and it's hard. Not everybody's gonna make it out of that situation. Like I seen so many people go through that JUCO route and just like couldn't finish it because it's tough. It's not the situation you want, and everybody not got the dedication or the willingness to to want to get out of that situation. So if you can help yourself, why not just go ahead and get it done so you're already in a good situation.
So you ball out at East Central. Who all recruited you? I know you ended up at Memphis. Why'd you choose Memphis, and what other schools were kind of looking at you?
Like I said, I was big on loyalty with the like my first school was like West Virginia, and I told them like they was the first ones to offer me. I remember that clearly. I was like, man, first school to offer me from here, like I'm going. Like, and it had to be a good school, but like West Virginia, I'm like, I'm going. And I remember he came out to practice watching me. He recruited. He offered me at Mississippi State, Memphis, Marshall. Ole Miss came through. I can't remember if they offered me or not. Probably not if I can't remember. And a whole bunch of other small schools. But the only reason I didn't go to West Virginia, he offered me. And I feel like a lot of schools was like that. Like West Virginia, Mississippi State, like they offered me. And then after that, like, hear nothing from them. They just expect guys to be like.
Follow up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Memphis, like I kept hearing from them. Coach Norvell, I think, checked up on me every now and then. Dan Lannon, head coach at Oregon now. Yeah. One of the coolest guys I met through that process, and I remember, what happened? I thought all my grades was good. Like I'm doing good in school. I had one class that I guess I missed the last assignment, but it was like it dropped my grade like bad. And he showed up to come see me. And he like cussing like, what you got going on? I'm like, what you mean? Like you told me he was good. I'm like, I'm good, coach. Like pass out my class. Like, nah, you feeling this class? Like made that day like. Took me out of my room, like took me to the teacher, like get this done. I'm like, wow. And if it wasn't for him, like I would have been like that would have been like the most shocking thing because I didn't know about it. Yeah. And he sure happened to show up and take me to that class. So we got it done. And Coach Norvell, he can talk, man. You know what I'm saying? He sold me. He sold me with the dream of going to Memphis and what they had going on. It ended up working out.
That's interesting because if you think about it, that time when you was going to Memphis, most kids, especially now today's game, they see a school that's, I guess you can say when it comes to that position that they're going to be playing, when it's a bunch of other guys there fighting for that job, they don't want to come there and fight. Did you know you was going to play running back going to Memphis? And did you know how many guys they had that? Because it wasn't probably until you was getting drafted when I saw all the other guys that had came out of the same school and that shared the backfield with you that was also in the NFL.
I'm gonna tell this story finally. Coach Norvell, when I say he sold me, like he's like, yeah, man, you come, blah blah blah. Anthony Miller finna leave. You're gonna be the next guy up. I'm like, all right, bet. Like JUCO to Memphis. Like, I'm hearing what they doing. I'm thinking Anthony Miller was the only thing there. You know what I'm saying? Right. I get there, loaded with talent. Like, it's crazy. So I go to play receiver, but we can get the running back too. So I go to play receiver. You got this dog named DeMonte Cassie, KD, Slade, Pop. And when I tell you, like, all these dudes, like, do something different, like, it's crazy. Like, Coxie, like, jump ball, he getting everything. Yeah. Like, Slade runs the crispiest routes I've ever seen, like, to like, speed up and, like, break out. Like, nobody's doing, like, to this day, I have yet to see somebody run as fast as he can and just, like, break either way. Pop is just, like, exclusive. KD, man, had to slide on. And I'm just like, where all these cats come from? Like, so I get
all
there.
I heard was Anthony Miller.
Yeah, that's the receiver room. Then you look at the running back room, you got Darrell Henderson, Tony Pollard, Patrick Taylor. And then the next year, we got Kenny Gainwell. I'm like, we loaded. So, I wouldn't change nothing though, like, but I learned like how to work. Like, it's crazy, like the work we put in and like and how we practice and how we we went on it for each other. But I wouldn't change nothing. But we had a loaded team, and I wasn't expecting that, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what's up.
All right, cool. So we got more with AG when we come back.
Welcome back to the show. It's your boy 8 to the 9, Santana Moss. I'm here with my main man, London Fletcher, and we got our boy AG. AG finna jump in this thing, talk about some offense. It's time for Protect the House, brought to you by Johnson Kendall Johnson, the official insurance broker and risk management partner of the Washington Commanders, where our passion is your protection. All right, AG, talk to us a little bit about, your role this year, man. I mean, one of the things that I've noticed, man, just watching you, and we've been talking so much about wanting to see you guys run the ball a lot more. What has it been like in this new offense and just finding your way? You know what I mean? Whatever they ask of you, you go out there and be productive with it.
Just not trying to too much focus on me. I told myself early, before the season even started, whatever they ask for or need, like, just do that, and every opportunity you get, be the best you can. But just offense, I mean, it opens up a lot for a lot of us. Yeah. But it gets spread around, and like we were just talking about Memphis, it kind of reminds me of that. We got so many playmakers, but only one person can get the ball. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't really too much complain. But once we do get our opportunity, like, it's some plays for us to set up. Like, it's some good plays for us, and it's explosive plays. So you just got to make the best of those opportunities.
Man, it's been. I know we talk about the running game, but you in the passing game, it's been some opportunities where you've had, whether you matched up with a linebacker, I think maybe a defensive back. Heck, I might even seen you a DB. I mean, a defensive end trying to cover you. And you've shown your hands as like those hands you had as a wide receiver. When you get those matchups, whether it's against whoever it's against, you just like, man, I'm about to eat on this guy.
Man, it's not too many. It's not too many people. I feel like can. I say this today. I don't feel like it's too many people that can guard me. Cause just off of physicality, like, I'm gonna play bigger than you out in space, and after the catch, like, you're not tackling me. So I just feel like when I get those matchups, you got to take advantage of it, and the opportunity is not as much as being out wide from the backfield. So when you do, you gotta attack it.
Something I've been noticing, and I'm not sure if you notice it or you feel it. As players, I'm pretty sure when you start getting into that zone, you do feel it. It seems like now, I don't know if it's because it's the second part of the season or that, that back end of the season, but it seems like now every time you're on the field, it's a player or two away. You're a player or two away from making a difference. I saw some games where the ball might have skipped on you. He threw it, trying to get it to you, probably pressure was in his face, it skipped, but you can see you like, oh, I got the feel. I saw another game where he threw it wrong to you, it bounced off you, and you like, man, if I catch this clean, that was against the Giants last time. Is it I'm telling the truth, or is it something that I'm just seeing? But it feels to me that that you in that zone kind of, because like people find it hard to realize that, or they don't know when you get minimum or not that many opportunities. It's like when you're on the field, because I've been there. I had a role where it was just all about me in the passing game, and then here I am, and I'm a slot receiver. Those things counted. Every time I step on the field, I was like, look here, you throw me the ball, this thing might go 60. Because I know I don't have opportunities. Do you have that mindset when you go in the game, or is it just something that I'm just overlooking?
Definitely, but I try to like calm it down a little bit. And I don't mind saying this, on my airs. I want to say against Buffalo Bills, I caught a screen. And I'm trying to make everybody miss.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make a play because I'm not getting the ball. Like my opportunity is my screen. Like, and I just get the ball security all over the place, trying to make people miss. I think I made like 3 people miss, and I'm still trying to go knock the ball out. And in a situation like that, you can't have because you want to make a play. So I kind of like try to calm myself down, like. But it is the same mindset. Like when I get the ball, like I'm trying to go. Like ain't no I'm gonna see this out, like, because it's I'm limited reps right now. So once I get it, like I'm trying to go as hard as I can.
What's it like just watching the growth of Sam from where he was at the beginning of the season to where he's at, 10 games into this season, just seeing how he's been able to ball out especially these last 3 ball games where he's thrown for over 300 yards.
It's crazy, man. I'm getting this question a lot, and just to see like everything he adjusts to, like seeing where the pressure coming from, and things I didn't even know about, knowing the pressure's coming from the right him, just taking a few steps to the left so he can get the pass off. That was something we talked about earlier, and you see him doing it a lot now. Making the correct calls, taking his time, seeing the adjustment, starting to hit the hot routes, calling a different, adjusting on the play. So just seeing that, seeing how comfortable he gets, seeing how he blocks out the noise, after a tough game and things like that, and still coming out to perform and giving us the best chance to win, it's tremendous.
You talked about how he's passing the ball around. That's clear. And if you watch Kansas City Chiefs, they had the same kind of, production when it came to, they had a bunch of talent out there, so they used them well. Is this something that you guys are almost like in a race with each other? But just knowing that, look, man, when I get an opportunity, I'm going to go out here and try to, outdo my guy, or because a friendly competition is never going to harm anybody. But when you see, especially that first play that B-Rob scored on last week, I know a guy like you who can do the same thing. You like, boy, give me an opportunity. I swear I'm gonna do the same thing. Is that something that's going through y'all head, or do y'all ever mention that to each other on the sideline?
I wouldn't say it's going through my head, but I sure was like, I'm like, dang. Hey, he got the second one. He'll tell you that I told him on the sideline, he got the second one. I'm like, boy, what you doing to get? I said, what you doing to get those right there? And he just started laughing. But just to see him being able to catch out of the backfield and use it. I answered this earlier today. He had one of the best training camps, like catching the ball, and I don't think too many people know like he can do that. And, to see him be able to showcase, he had those 2 catches. Then he also had a read route out of the backfield.
When he caught the one-handed catch behind him. Yeah.
No, that was the wild route. That was another great catch. But he had you
talking about the angle?
Yeah, he had another read route, and he broke him off. And for him to be able to showcase, that was good to see. But we definitely competing out there.
Yeah.
But, in the running back room, we feel like we can bring that juice in. And that was just a game to show what we could do.
Definitely nothing wrong with that.
Hey man, we got to talk about the kickoff return. You as a kick returner, and you've been adding so much juice to the kick returns. The last 2 weeks, you've started the ball game off getting the ball out to the 35-yard line. That's a first down, one less first down the offense has to go. And it seems like you've been this close to breaking and taking it all the way to the house.
Right? You can go ahead and score. We can put it in the air right now that you're going to score at least one time.
I need to. I got to. It's going to happen. Never mind. It's going to happen. I laughed because that first one, I slipped.
Yeah, we saw that.
And I'm like mid-play, I get up quick, and I'm like, still hit the hole. And then I seen him close. I'm like, I owe these guys. Because it's rare that you get everything blocked up perfect. And if you kickoff return or you blocked on kickoff return before like it's very slim that you get those upper chance where it's just open up. So when I slipped, I was like, man, I owe these guys. So that was a tough one right there. But we definitely they've been blocking that. They've been blocking their butts off.
Yeah,
they've been blocking their butts off. So
who's been blocking really good? I've noticed a couple times. Chris Rodriguez.
Yeah, he had on that play for sure. He killed Buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. So we know you've had a short career thus far in your career, but we like to ask all our guests what has been their most rewarding moment to this point in time. Let's take a look at the most rewarding moments brought to you by Fanatic Sportsbook, the most rewarding sportsbook. For you, what has been your most rewarding moment?
Rewarded moment? Man. I would have to say my whole rookie season. It's just from like the situation I came from. It's not too many stories where you hear like, you know, having so many like few carries and touches in college and being able to come in and, you know, to speak on this. I came in with a loaded room. I'm talking about Adrian Peterson, Darius Guys, Bryce Love. Like, these are all guys I watched, you know, growing up and in college, like balling. So to be able for them to trust me enough to, you know, give me that starting role rookie year, you know, and let me do my thing, even though I knew nothing about running back. You know, I appreciate them for that. And man, I had a whole bunch of fun, man, that year. And you know, that's something I really look back to.
We love hearing those type of career moments. When we come back, we're keeping the highlight reel going, and AG's going to break down some of his top plays from this season. Welcome back to the Players Club. London Fletcher here with Santana Moss and Antonio Gibson. We're going to look at some of AG's top plays from this season. Let's take a look at Driving Towards Greatness, presented by Eastern's Automotive Group. Any car, any way, for everyone since 1988. AG, we're going to take you through this first play. This is against your hometown Falcons, man. Take us through this play.
We got a little play action to the left. Halfback quick coming off the line. Easy play, just
easy money.
Yeah,
right?
Quick setup. You know, hopefully I get lost as I did. Linebacker came to the line.
Folks look at this and be like, "Dang, man, that's a little easy." But you just don't know how hard it is to score in this league. You know, it's not even about being hard, but just getting the opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, the opportunity.
The crazy thing, the setup, because y'all had in weeks past that short yardage play, y'all would hand it off to B-Rob, that little dive. And now it's defensive players. We looking to stop them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That beautiful play call.
Yeah, you can see them crash. All of them crash inside.
Love those easy touchdowns. Let's see what this next play is.
This next play is your kick return. That's the one you talked about. You slipped on. But you know what? Sometimes when you slip, this is what happens. You get those big gains out of it like that. I've had a punt return where I ran into my own guy and took it all the way to the house.
End up opening up.
How you felt about this? I can see right now.
I was about to say, as you can see, I'm mad. Everybody else hyped because I know what could have actually happened on this play. But man, it was a good return. Started the game off strong. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Though, that field was a slick.
Yeah,
a lot of people was slipping on this field.
I seen it, so as I went back and watched film, I seen like everybody slipping every now and then. I was like, all right, maybe it wasn't just me.
But
that's 2 weeks in a row, I believe. I think a week ago you had another big return, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The first play.
Okay. All right. Now this third play right here.
Ooh-wee.
When this play is called, what goes through your mind?
Got to get in there. Got to get in the end zone. This right here is a red zone call, so it's meant to be a touchdown. So and getting lined up on a linebacker or anybody out there for a corner route, I feel like that's almost unstoppable.
After you watched the film and saw how close it was for Sam to get that up out of there, I know you had to say, "Hey, man, I appreciate you, man." Yeah, it was tight. Bro.
He barely got that ball off, and then I was about to say what people don't think about is from that angle, looking up into the lights, I could not see the ball.
Really?
So you can see me running like striding, and then you can see me like tempo it down and kind of like turn.
You don't have the eye black underneath your eyes?
That help?
Bro, the stickers. That's why I wore mine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the only reason you wear that. You wear that because when you look up into the light, it gives you that, instead of guys doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, no. From now on, I give you a little
yeah, you come with the Players Club and get nuggets.
No doubt.
Until the last minute, I did not see that ball.
Wear the eye black, bro. That's what I wore it for.
I said, eye black just because I thought it looked.
No,
that's what I thought people. That's what I thought people wore.
If you ever see receivers doing this and we can't see, bro, I started it in college. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And Michael Irvin told me about it was either Michael Irvin or Lamar Thomas. And they like, bro, you don't wear the eye stuff? And I never had it in college until one of the games I needed it, and then I wore it all my career.
Okay. All right.
AG with the eye
Pass
black.
that along, bro.
All right, man. No, that was sweet. And that wasn't just any linebacker.
Yeah.
This is a future Hall of Fame linebacker. Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, we had to let him know how old he was right there.
All right, AG. Hey, before you get out of here, we have all our guests sign this helmet, and if you don't mind, we would appreciate you signing this helmet. And as you do that, we want to know what's next for you the rest of the season.
Man, just keep making plays whenever I get my opportunity. And you know, I know we beating the horse with it, but we almost there, man. And I hate it. It's a tough feeling, but I hate to keep saying it, but we are like when we put on, like we put on. So we just got to find out what it is, and we gotta start clicking and consistent. I feel like that's the biggest thing. We got to be consistent with it week in and week out.
Cool. Well, we appreciate y'all tuning in to watch another episode of the Players Club. You can tune in same time next week.